Tech Bites, brought to you by Lowrance, makers of HDS, high definition systems.
To be successful on the water catching bass, you need to know that water. I mean, you need to know what's out there. And how you do that is study. I mean, you're studying maps, learning every little thing you can about it. You know, I used to go to tournaments, and when I'd go to a new body of water, I'd rent an airplane, fly it, learn everything about it. And what I found is over the years is almost every tournament is won in these little areas that are pretty hard to find. A lot of the river tournaments are won on these little itty bitty oxbows off the river that you can't even see how to get into them. But seeing an aerial overview, flying it, looking at it, you found these little holes. Say, okay, and here's a creek running to it, and if I can find it right there and get through, I can get into a pond that nobody's fishing. There's so many neat things that you can find, you know, flying a lake, and it would cut down my practice time. Well, now we have, you know, this satellite imaging. I can look at it and see these little hidden bodies of water, or a pocket in a cove that you couldn't see from outside that hooks back, and there's this neat little lake or pond back there. And all of a sudden you're in an unfished pond that people haven't fished for 20 years, and the bass are just going crazy. Now we have so many new technologies that are awesome. I can turn it and I can rotate it around and actually look at what's around me, what's out there. When you do that, you can see every little detail. You can see ditches, you can see high spots. You can actually, on your unit, fly over the lake. I was actually using my mapping at Kentucky Lake, looking for where these light-colored areas, which were kind of whitish on my map, dropped off into dark blue, which meant there was a big drop-off there. Every one of those major drop-offs, key places where those bass were holding. I can do it right there on my unit, sitting at my house, and that means instead of being on the water looking, I've actually done it ahead of time, and my time on the water is used just fishing. So utilizing that time on the water to catch fish, and that's what I like doing, is catching fish.